all the time,
yeah.
Kirsty.
I know, isn't it terrible, the weather we've had of late? Another cold week ahead, although the signs are towards the weekend. Not quite as cold, but this morning already -18 in parts of North Yorkshire. So you are going to be scraping the ice off the windscreens again this morning. Let's take a look at the details.
The banner for whole grain.
Although the next few days are looking very cold, we're not looking at quite as much snow this week, which is good news. Certainly much of England and Wales getting away with a dry one. There is a lot of mist and fog around. It's a murky old morning, and the fog's certainly prevalent through parts of the Midlands and the Welsh Marches down towards the Bristol area, and it could well linger for a time. Otherwise, we should actually see some bright or sunny spells coming through across parts of England and Wales. Still bitterly cold and still a risk of icy roads. Further north you go, we run into a band of rain, sleet and snow that's working its way across central southern Scotland and Northern Ireland. Now this is quite interesting because I think we are looking at some significant snow coming in across central lowlands as we head through the morning. So around the Edinburgh area, maybe around say 5 centimetres of snow. Towards the Glasgow area, maybe 10 centimetres of snow. So it's not a good rush hour here, although the snow will ease later on. For central parts of Scotland, it will move further south into the southern uplands and also Northern Ireland. And the problem for Northern Ireland is we get rain first and then snow. So the rain will wash away the grit from the roads, making it all the more problematic this afternoon when the snow gets going. Maybe up to 10 to 15 centimetres of snow this afternoon. So something to watch out for in the north, but further south it's certainly a quieter story. Across Scotland this afternoon you'll notice temperatures barely getting above freezing for many, although some welcome sunshine I'd imagine across the northeast corner there. A few wintry flurries keep going across the very far north of Scotland, and as I mentioned we've got the snow across southern Scotland, Northern Ireland into England and Wales. The mist and fog could well linger through the Welsh Marches, parts of the Midlands into the afternoon. Elsewhere though, some bright or sunny but chilly spells of sunshine. We're looking at best maybe 3 degrees, so it's a cold one yet again. And talking of cold, overnight tonight you can see the temperatures are plummeting away. Again, we're looking down to -10 to maybe -15, maybe even lower in some rural spots. And then the rest of the week, well, another cold couple of days. Again, wintry flurries mainly in the north. Northern England, North Wales will watch out for a little bit of snow tomorrow. Here's the summary.
Kirsty.
It is extremely cold. This week, just like last week, is a cold one, but not so much snow in the forecast, but still -18 at the moment in North Yorkshire. You'll certainly need to wrap up warm. Let's take a look.
Grain.
So this is the scene this morning then. Across much of England and Wales we are snow-free, well, except for the snow lying on the ground of course, but it's hopefully going to see some bright skies today in places. There is unfortunately a lot of mist, murk and fog around first thing, and that fog's certainly the story across the Welsh Marches into the West Midlands down towards the Bristol area, and it could be a little bit stubborn. Head further north and we're talking about snow here. We've got a few wintry showers, sleet and snow across the far north of Scotland, but it's central southern Scotland and Northern Ireland that we'll see some significant snow. Not good news for the Glasgow-Edinburgh areas this morning for the rush hour. Edinburgh areas may be seeing up to 5 centimetres of snow, maybe up to 10 centimetres for the Glasgow area. And this snow will sink its way further south through the afternoon. So Northern Ireland initially not seeing much, and then seeing rain, and then it's snow. And unfortunately, rain before snow is not a good combination. It washes the grit off the road. So up to 15 centimetres of snow this afternoon could really be quite disruptive here. Otherwise, into the afternoon across Scotland, we continue with a few wintry showers in the far north, and temperatures will struggle to get back up above freezing, as you can see. And further south, we struggle to get rid of the mist and fog, and here too, maybe 3 degrees at best. So it is an old and nippy one. And overnight tonight, well, you can see the dark blues appear in the charts, temperatures dropping away, -10 to -15 in rural spots. And we'll start to see the snow slipping a little bit further south. So tomorrow, I think parts of northern England and North Wales watch out for a few centimetres of snow here, and it stays cold for the next few days. Here's the summary. Caveat. All that dancing would keep you warm though, and you need that this week. Another cold, icy, wintry one. Snow today, especially for central southern Scotland and Northern Ireland.
For the poor lad. I know he's from Canada, but it is a bit damn parky out there. Kirsty.
It is a bit. Look at these temperatures this morning. -18, for example, in Yorkshire, Northern England. Very cold indeed. Even in central London, I do feel a little bit sorry for the fans outside. It's -3, -4 in places. It's bitter out there. Let's take a look at the details.
Daybreak weather, sponsored by Nestle Cereals. Proudly waving the banner for whole grain.
So it's going to be cold, bitterly cold for the next few days. It might get a little bit milder towards the weekend. Not as much snow, you'll be glad to hear, this week as last week. And certainly much of England and Wales looking dry. There's a lot of mist and murk around, quite dense fog patches, and that will last for much of the day across parts of the Welsh Marches in towards the West Midlands. Oh, hello. Didn't realise Justin Bieber was there. How exciting. So that fog likely to last until, well, maybe even might not go at all. Some sunny spells, but it's in the north where the weather is very interesting today. Slightly more Canadian in weather here. More snow to talk about. Across central southern Scotland, we are seeing the snow moving in this morning. It's not good for the Glasgow, Edinburgh areas. Here it could be up to 5 to 10 centimetres of snow. And then through the day, the snow starts to sink into Northern Ireland. Now, initially it's rain and then it's snow, and unfortunately that means a lot of grit will get washed off the road, so certainly could be pretty tricky conditions this afternoon for Northern Ireland, up to 15 centimetres of snow here. A few snow flurries in the far north of Scotland. Otherwise we're looking at temperatures really struggling despite the sunshine towards Aberdeenshire, maybe around freezing. And further south, well, 3 degrees at best, and as I mentioned, the mist and fog pretty stubborn, but hopefully some brighter spells. Overnight tonight though, it's going to be a bitterly cold night yet again, -10 to -15 in places. And then through tomorrow morning, it's Northern England and North Wales watching out for just a little bit of snow here. Could be an issue, but as I mentioned, it's just the cold, cold, icy weather. Here's a summary. Find out what's in store for the next 5 days on our website, itv.com/daybreak.
Kirsty.
Freezing cold indeed. Look at these temperatures overnight, down to -18 in Northern England. This week, though, thankfully not as snowy as last week, but still cold. Let's take a look. So it's still very cold this morning, but not so much snow to talk about. Certainly for England and Wales, mostly dry. We're a bit of a grey, misty, murky start, though. There's a lot of fog patches around, freezing fog in places, especially through parts of the Welsh Marches, the West Midlands, down towards the Bristol area. Further north you go, the story changes, and we are talking about snow. We've had some wintry weather moving south, and it really could be quite nasty this morning across some parts of the central belt of Scotland, for example. So the Glasgow and the Edinburgh areas could both see some significant snow as we head through the morning. We're looking at maybe 5 to 10 centimetres of snow. So the snow here is certainly not looking nice, and through the day it's going to move across to Northern Ireland. So the snow initially will be falling as rain for Northern Ireland. It's going to be a mixture of rain and sleet, and eventually that is going to turn a little bit more significant. So we are expecting to see something a little bit heavier, maybe 10 to 15 centimetres. So not looking great as we head into the afternoon here. Further south, though, we stay with pretty much the same story. Hopefully some brighter spells should come through, but mist and fog may well linger in for much of the day. So there's the snow working its way in across Scotland and Northern Ireland. It will slowly be moving its way further south. So if you've not got it yet, Glasgow and Edinburgh areas, you will see it in the next few hours or so. So it's not looking great here, I have to say. And further south, well, that's where we'll hold on to, generally speaking, the mist and fog. In terms of temperatures today, it's feeling bitter. 0 at best for some of us across Scotland and Northern Ireland. And further south, maybe a top temperature of 3, and overnight, -10 to -15. So the cold weather continues. Here's the summary.